Hey guys, Madison here, and today I am watching Rio Bravo starring John Wayne. Last week I watched High Noon here on the channel. I closed out the month of May with a Western, and I'm kicking off June with another Western. I explained this in my last video, my reaction to High Noon, but I actually decided to watch High Noon and Rio Bravo back to back on the channel because some of my patrons were telling me that Rio Bravo was a response to High Noon in some way. I don't know the extent of that yet, but I'm excited to find out if there's any like plot connection or thematic connection between the two and what way is this a response to High Noon. But I really enjoyed High Noon last week, so I'm really excited to check out Rio Bravo. I don't think I've watched a John Wayne movie yet that I didn't really enjoy. I've watched a few of them now, and of course he is very well known for his westerns, but actually the last John Wayne movie that I saw was The Quiet Man. I actually watched that with my cousin recently. We had a movie night, and I really enjoyed it. It was my first time seeing John Wayne in a non-western, and I loved the Irish setting. I loved the chemistry with Maureen O'Hara. I thought it was amazing. So I was so glad that I finally got to see that one. I'm making my way. There's several actors in particular that I'm really starting to make my way through their filmography, and John Wayne is one of them, and I have no regrets. I'm really enjoying it so far. So without further ado, guys, I'm just going to jump in and I'm going to start watching this movie because I don't know anything about it except that John Wayne is the lead and that it has some sort of connection to High Noon and that it is a response to it. I know nothing about the plot or anything. I haven't read the blurb, so I'm just gonna jump in, guys, and let's check out Rio Bravo. This is great. Got a barbershop right here in the saloon. What is going on? That guy was obviously expecting a not very warm welcome, then thought he was going to get it, and then realized he was sorely mistaken. I'm assuming this is our baddie here.
Joe, you're under arrest.
Maybe so, but don't turn around, Sheriff.
Now what are you gonna do, Sheriff?
Anybody else you want besides Joe?
No. Give me a hand.
Hello! What is all this? It seems like I ought to know you.
Think you do, Mr. Wheeler.
Aren't you the fellow the Mexicans used to call Brachine?
It's nearly right, only it's borrachon. You know what borrachon means? It means drunk. Now, if the name bothers you, they used to call me Dude.
That one little white horse is so much smaller than the other ones. He's cute.
Oh, listen, Chance, remember me, your old friend Pat Wheeler?
Got any new men with you, Pat?
No, nobody, except Colorado here.
Where'd you take him on?
I speak English, Sheriff. You want to ask me?
Buster,
Sassy
what
one.
do you do? Pretty young for that, aren't you?
Just how old do you have to be, Sheriff?
You remember Ryan from
Fellow in the door there has a shotgun on it.
Stumpy, didn't I tell you?
I know, I'm going.
I don't want any trouble.
Well, then don't start any.
I won't, unless I tell you first.
It's good enough.
Yo!
Oh,
We've got Joe Burdette in here.
Joe Burdette in jail, Nathan's brother?
That's right. I can't get Joe out or any help in. Those men over there watching us. There he is.
Game-legged old man and a drunk. That's all you got?
That's what I got.
It's a good idea putting my wagons where they're safe. Guess I better see they did it. I'll see you later.
Stumpy, didn't I tell you to stay out of sight?
Well, there you go. I never can please you. I was just covering you in case of trouble. Well, what about me if somebody gunned me down? Don't you never think of me? Well, Duke, I guess we better get used to it. You changed my life. Can't help it. 5 or 6 days breathing the same air as a man like Joe Burdette's have to make a killer out of me.
I love Stumpy. He's already my favorite.
How you holding up, Borderchon? Got the shakes yet? If you're still broke, I think I got another $1. Hey, Chance, you gonna let him do that to me?
He talks out of turn, Stumpy. Throw a bucket of water on him.
I'll do that. I'll throw one in the middle of his bed and leave him sleep in it.
Want another beer?
I don't need any more.
Hey, in the jail! What do you want? Mr. Wheeler said to bring this package to the sheriff. Hey, Chance, you expecting a package?
Well, if you don't come back, me and Joe will have us a good cry.
Just keep that door locked. Thanks for your trouble.
No trouble at all, Sheriff. Wheeler said just be careful coming up.
Senor Chance, I've been looking for you. I have a message for... What do you have here?
The package you've been waiting for.
Here, you keep it. Consuelo, she comes now.
Ah, Senor Chance. I just asked Carlo if he's... What is wrong? You look like the cat who swallows the chicken.
I've been talking to my friend, the sheriff. That's what I have been doing. We have important business. Me and my friend will make our business alone. Come, senor. Cara con esto. If she will be mad, or she will be sorry. If it is mad, she will be much pleasure to make right. And if she's sorry, it will be the same pleasure. You do not have... You see? And they're not beautiful, senor. Can you make the picture how she will look?
You sure you want me to...
I beg your pardon, gentlemen, but I'm looking for... Those things have great possibilities, but not for you.
Didn't you come in on the stage?
That's right.
The stage, she did not go.
Why?
Something happened with the wheel.
Hey, Sheriff, you forgot your pants.
He's obviously got some kind of history with that girl. Poor guy.
Stumpy, we're gonna take a turn around the town.
When you come back, you holler before you open that door. I'm liable to blast you just for the heck of it.
We'll holler. Can't take it sitting in there.
You mean you saw I couldn't take it?
Don't set yourself up as being so special. Think you invented the hangover.
Nothing like getting smacked in the leg by tumbleweed. Gosh.
I'm getting jumpy.
I'll walk along with you and hold your hand.
There is something so scary about a donkey sound if it comes out of nowhere. If it came out of nowhere in the dark, it would scare the crap out of me too.
You've been talking too much, Pat. Anybody that sides in with me right now is liable to find themselves up to their ears in trouble. Burdette has 30 or 40 men, all professionals. Only thing they're worried about is earning their pay.
And what are you gonna do? All you got for help's that old man down at the jail and this...
Borachon's the name, Mr. Wheeler.
Wasn't good, Pat. Let's sit down.
Yeah, I know. Shouldn't have said it.
Dude was good. He's my deputy. Best man with a gun I ever worked with. A girl. Just a girl that came through on the stage. She was no good, but couldn't tell him that. 6 months later, he came back without her. That's when the Mexicans started calling him Borachon. That's Spanish for...
I know.
So, for 2 years, he's been drinking. All he could buy, or somebody buy for him.
So, in the meantime, you have to take care of him, huh?
He's been doing a pretty good job at taking care of me.
Ryan, Colorado, you call him. He's young, Chance, but he's good, real good.
I could use him if he's good, but that's up to him.
He would need a lot of men if what's his name, Nathan has 30 or 40 men hired. That's a lot.
Son, I asked you over here because the sheriff's a friend of mine. He's got trouble. He can use a good man. I told him you were one of the best.
I'll tell you what I'm a lot better at, Mr. Wheeler. That's minding my own business.
Well, that didn't work out.
Maybe I'll have some luck now that you're going.
Maybe, if you play your cards right.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'll be out in a couple of minutes.
It's not what you think, Deputy. At least, I think it's not.
I was looking through the deck of cards you people were using. It's 3 cards short. Here's a handbill. About a gambler they're interested in catching up with. Says he had a girl with him. Says the girl's about 22, 5 foot 5 inches tall. Good figure. The man isn't our friend in the checkered vest, but you could be the girl.
As a matter of fact, I am.
You better give me the money you won. I'll see that it gets back to the right people.
It's pretty easy, isn't it? But I'm not gonna make it that easy. You've made me mad, Sheriff. You didn't ask me if I took those cards. They could be in my shoes, my stockings,
All right,
my garters.
lady.
I don't wear anything like those red pants, Sheriff. My sleeves
She's a
are
piece
tight.
of work, isn't she?
I think you're embarrassed. And if you're not,
If he's not, he ought to be.
What are you doing here?
I think the fellow in the checkered vest has him.
Why didn't you find out?
I said I wouldn't start anything till I told you first. You want to come along?
I do. I'm interested, too.
All right, keep your hands on the table. Right where they are. Put your hands back. Hold out. He's all yours, Sheriff.
This isn't the first time that handbill has come up. I'd like to know what to do about it.
Well, you could quit playing cards.
No, I'm not gonna do that. You see, that's what I'd do.
Well, good on Colorado for catching the real guy who was cheating. No.
Got him in the back. He's dead. Hour after he offered to help.
I want to go with you.
You had a chance to get in this and you didn't want it. Stay out. We don't need you. If you want to do something, get him out of the street.
Ooh.
Chance, out here. They went into Burdett's saloon. He's still in there. Unbuckle your guns, drop them, and step back. No reason for you to move, Charlie.
Nobody's run in here.
We'll remember you said that.
Dude, you've been seeing things again. You better have a drink.
He wasn't seeing things. Well, that was convenient.
Guess I'll take that drink now, Charlie.
I thought you would.
Stepped in a puddle, all right. It's the fellow we wanted. Nice, fresh $50 gold piece. It's just about what Burdett would figure a man's life is worth.
Nobody paid me. Nobody.
And nobody run in here either, huh?
Chance?
You're gonna get out of town. Take your boy here with you.
You threw the silver dollar, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, dude.
You want it back? You know how to get it? That's all for me, Chance.
I guess they'll let you in the front door from now on.
You know, it would have worked if they had just had blood drip onto the counter from up above, but it was just so much cooler having it drip into the drink.
Hey, in the jail. It's me, Colorado.
Let him in.
I hear you got the man who shot Wheeler.
Dude did.
Thanks, dude.
I can't turn anything over to you till I get a court order.
Does that mean you hold the wagons, too?
That's right. If you or any of the rest are short eating money, I'll go good for it. I'll tell them at the hotel. It's nice to see a smart kid for a change.
Yeah, he ain't like the usual kid with a gun.
I'd say he's so good he doesn't feel he has to prove it.
I wanted to talk to you.
Well, tell me you're still looking for an apology.
No. No, I was thinking of making one. I got out of line tonight, and I'm not proud of it. My only excuse is I didn't know about all the trouble you were in.
I'm gonna have a drink. How about you?
Thanks, I'd like one.
How does a girl get herself on a handbill?
She gets married. He left me rather suddenly. He was shot.
You've had a rough time.
I've had a good time. I like gambling. If I had known it might have been rough, that's probably why he didn't tell me.
You going home?
I haven't any.
Senor Chance, I didn't know you were here. Why did you not tell me?
I want anybody else helping me. I'll lock the door and hook a chair under the knob. If anybody tries to get in, I'll hear him. If I'm asleep at sunup, wake me.
Bueno, señor. I say no more. Have a good sleep. Las merezco prender entremetido.
I know the sheriff that got these out. I'll write him a letter. Then you won't have people like me making trouble for you.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, he's a good man, that sheriff.
Carlos? It's after 7. Why didn't you wake me up? You said you would.
The girl, she told me not to wake you. She was sitting outside your room in a chair all night long.
Huh.
Fool.
Tell her she's a fool.
No. I'll tell her myself.
He say que no lo despierte. She say que lo despierte. Me, I'm in the middle. Ay, Dios.
That was good.
Hi.
Did you get a good night's sleep?
Oh, Carlos had to go and talk.
Why did you do it?
You weren't supposed to know about it. Why didn't you just go out and not talk to Carlos?
He didn't wake me up.
You got some sleep, I lost some. Now I'm tired and you're mad and I'm getting mad, so you better go on.
Well, you can't go to bed now.
I can't.
The stage. It leaves in an hour.
Well, why didn't you tell me?
I just did.
Well, then you better get out then. So I
Robe on, robe off, robe on.
stand around talking.
You're doing most of it. Hell, goodbye.
Well, I just wanted to. You could at least let me finish.
You tell her
Tell her what?
that she's a fool?
That's far enough. I got orders to take your guns.
You think you're good enough to take him against 6 of us?
You won't need a gun no more, because you'll be the first man I get.
Come on, let's go.
Harris, you're pretty good right there. He cut my rein.
I'd say he did it on purpose, and I'm telling you to hold it.
At his reign, that's a heck of a shot. Never seen that before in a Western.
That extra gun in your vest, lay that on the fence, too.
You should enjoy it, dude. Every man should have a little taste of power before he's through.
Stumpy. Burdett and his men are coming in.
Well, don't put down no red carpet for him.
I want to see my brother.
You can come in. But that doesn't mean the rest of you. He's not your brother. All right, Stumpy. Open up.
What's your password?
Come on.
Oh, I'm coming.
I don't like your men sitting on the road bottling up this town. And I don't like it when a friend of mine offers to help, and 20 minutes later he's dead. And I don't like you, Burdette, because you set it up.
What are you gonna do about it?
I'm gonna sit right here with your brother in my lap until the United States Marshal gets here. If any trouble starts around this jail, you're gonna get accidentally shot.
I can practically guarantee that. 460 acres might be little to you, Nathan. But it was a lot of country to me.
Joe has friends. You can't hold Joe or me responsible for them. What you say they've done or what they might do.
I don't think Joe's got a friend in the world. And he won't have any unless somebody buys them for him at $50 a head.
He didn't have much to say, did he?
No.
He'll be back. Or at least his men will.
Senor Chance, it's me, Carlos.
Come on in.
What happened to his face?
What happened to your eye?
You told me to put the lady on the stage.
Oh, she did that?
The stage is ready, but she don't come down.
What?
I yell at her, come down. She said she ain't coming. I go up and get her, and I pick her up. Then Consuelo said, what are you doing with that woman? And as I take her to the stage, I said, I am responsible. Consuelo, she thinks that means something else, so she give me this eye.
What did you do? Did the girl get on the stage?
No, she did not go. But Jay said he couldn't wait.
Why?
He said he must leave.
Can I hear Carlos recount the entire plot of this movie from his point of view, like Michael Peña's character in Ant-Man? Please. Oh my gosh.
And you want to know why I didn't go, don't you, Sheriff? I won't get in your way. I'll just be here. You don't owe me a thing. And you won't owe me when it's all over. I'll know by then, and I'll just go. Is that fair, John T?
If I weren't in this mess, it might be different.
That's all I wanted to hear.
I want Colorado to just come in with a really clutch, amazing shot, like in the final climax. And we see he is just as good as Wheeler said. And he gets to have his moment.
A tune. He's been playing it all day. What is it?
Well, they call it the Degüello, the cutthroat song. The Mexicans played it for those Texas boys when they had them bottled up in the Alamo. Now do you know what he means by it?
No quarter. No mercy for the losers.
Wow.
Stumpy!
What?
They don't need any help with that tune.
Oh, the girl wasn't on the stage.
I know that.
I remembered another girl came through on stage and stopped over. I remember you told me she was no good. So naturally, I figured you're an expert. You know just what you're doing all the time. You know, that's the first time I've been able to laugh about that. Feels good.
Come on.
By the way, am I drawing pay?
Same as before.
Feathers, thanks for the
He
shave.
looks good, all cleaned up.
I just wanted
What's
to ask
this
you...
about a job?
Oh, Carlos says I can help out downstairs,
Tending bar?
among other things.
Well, why should it be up to me? Why should I care?
I don't know. I don't know why you get mad when I ask
Well,
you.
it isn't. I'm not mad.
You're not.
You'd make anybody mad.
As long as you haven't anything against it, I'll take the job. Anyway, I have a better idea. Tonight you sleep in my room. You can think about it when you're in a little better humor.
What was that?
Stumpy, you all right?
Sure I am, but there's a fella out there with a black hat that ain't.
And I'm that fella.
He didn't recognize him.
Look what he did to my hat.
Stumpy, that was Dude you shot at.
Dude, just because you get cleaned up don't mean you can't talk. You didn't get your tonsils washed out.
Okay, it's my fault. I should have yelled.
But, dude, you've been going around here for the last couple of years like something the cat dragged in, and now you expect...
Shut up! I told you, Stumpy. I've had it. Don't let me tell you again.
That old fool is talking because he nearly killed you. We've been pampering you too much. You better get some sleep.
You know, he acts like I done it on purpose, and I didn't. It wasn't my fault.
Just let it go. Let it go, Stumpy.
Can I make you some coffee?
No, thanks.
Anything to eat?
Nope.
How about a drink?
I'll take a drink. Put it on the tab.
Get a good night's sleep.
You're not helping me any.
I don't feel like someone's gonna be in his room. Okay, maybe not.
Have a good night.
All right, I guess.
Eat anything?
Well,
This morning?
I didn't sleep good. Didn't eat anything. I had a beer and it didn't do any good.
Think you can stand your watch?
When I can't do that, I'll let you know.
And he has been sour since last night.
Where's his hat?
Oh no.
You could at least have a kind word for me now and then. The sweeping and the cooking and the nursemaid and that killing back there.
Maybe you're right, Stumpy.
Huh?
You're a treasure.
Well, you'll go back to being yourself. Leastwise, I'm used to that.
You might want to go check on Dude.
Sheriff, we ran into some trouble on the road. Al here's hurt, his horse threw him. Your deputy said we could find a doctor.
Stay away from that rifle, Sheriff.
You can see we've still got our guns.
There ain't your deputy up the street, my friend.
Unloosen that belt.
If you want to do something, when I get out on the porch in the clear, take that flower pot and throw it through the window. And duck after you throw it.
Here we go, Colorado. Come on. Yes. Ugh, that is a painful way to be tied up.
I let him get me. I let him walk right up and stick my head in a water trough. It was easy for him. What can a man do with hands like that? Through. I quit, John.
You want to quit? Quit. Somebody throws $1 in a spittoon. Don't expect me to do something about it. Just get down on your knees and go after it. Maybe you're right. Maybe you aren't much good anymore.
Don't quit, Dude.
Send in your bill and the county will pay you.
No need for that. Each one of them had 2 new $50 gold pieces in his pocket.
Where's Colorado?
He's inside the hotel. He took the girl feathers.
Hi, Sheriff. We saw you coming back. Dude was all right, wasn't he?
He's all right. So am I, thanks to you.
Thank the lady.
Why'd you make me do it?
I made you do
Sure
it.
you did, didn't he, Colorado? It was my idea to stay here. You told me to get on that stage. I know you did.
I'm glad you didn't.
What'd you have to say a thing like that for? You just don't make any sense, that's all. And neither do I.
I think you need to lay off the drink. You're getting emotional.
I better go before I make a fool of myself.
Yes. Just go sleep it off.
You're just a bunch of idiots, that's all. Just a bunch of idiots.
You know, Wheeler just talked about helping me. But you saved my neck. So you're in.
Well, if I'm going to get shot at, I might as well get paid for it. How do I get a badge?
Yes.
Dude's quitting.
I figure why is not my business.
You've got peculiar ways of choosing what is your business. You solemnly swear to take on the duties of a sheriff's deputy in the county of Presidio of the great state of Texas?
I do.
What are you laughing about?
What I got myself in for.
Careful about it anyways, ain't he?
Is he as good as I used to be?
It'd be pretty close.
Then you got the best of it. Him for me.
He needs two or three, if you're counting Stumpy, 3 deputies, not... He didn't need to lose dude and get Colorado. He needs both.
What can a man do with hands like that? Go ahead, tell me what. Well, take a drink.
Quit feeling sorry for yourself. Pull yourself together, man. Good job, dude. You can do it.
Chance? Give me another shot at it. Stumpy can take the bottle away.
The sun is sinking in the west. The cattle go down to the stream. Just my rifle, pony, and me.
That was great. Oh, I love that.
Let us know. I'll be upstairs.
Don't make any noise.
Oh, no.
Purple light in the canyon.
The stairs are pretty dark. We stretch a rope across them. Let them hear something. Hey, give me that piece of rope. Come on, give me a hand.
Oh, no.
The sun is sinking in.
I don't suppose I could come by the jail once in a while to see if you needed anything.
I don't want you any place around there.
That means I won't see you for 3 or 4 days.
You'll live through it.
Yeah, you do the same.
Going home.
Please don't. No!
He's out cold. Get upstairs, quick.
Just keep coming, lady. All right, everybody downstairs.
Well, darn.
We go over to the jail and you let Joe go, or we tuck you two away and make a trade with Stumpy.
Look, Chance, they got us. We're licked. Now go on, take him over to the jail and tell Stumpy to open up and let Joe go. Stumpy couldn't hold out. He hasn't got any water or food, and he's all alone.
And after they get Joe, what happens?
All we want is Joe.
All right. Open up. We're gonna let Joe go.
How come?
His friends here put up bail.
Nice.
In here, Senor Chance.
They've gone. They took dude.
Gone, all right.
We gonna go after him?
Carlos, get a hold of Burdett. Tell him to set the time and the place. But I want to talk to him.
Si, senor.
We'll be at the jail.
See. He say he don't want to talk to you. He said if you want dude back, he'll make a trade.
A trade?
Dude for Joe. He'll be there half an hour after sun up. He'll have dude. If you bring Joe, he'll be waiting.
Tell him we'll be there. Well, Burdett's here. We're drawing quite a crowd. There won't be any tricks, at least not till we make the trade.
When you decided to make the trade for dude, I went along with you. I'm going along now.
Why?
Just say I'd like a closer look.
You've done a good job here because you haven't had to move around much. But out there, if anything happens, you'll have to move and move fast.
Plain enough. Old cripples ain't wanted. Well, you give me a reason.
Poor Stumpy.
I told you I'd get out of here.
Open your mouth again and we'll carry you out.
That's a lot of dudes. Garden dude.
We're ready. Joe's here. Start, dude. I'll start Joe.
Bring him out.
Go ahead.
Look out!
Oh my gosh. You rock, dude.
You want me to go help, dude?
He'll take Joe, all right.
He's got a strange way of doing it.
Bullseye.
On your left.
On your left.
Is that who I think it is?
Oh, Stumpy.
I bring you some more shells. You might need them, senor.
Turn up next.
Maybe the girl in another flower pot.
How many doors has John Wayne kicked open in his life? Or did he, I should say.
It's a good one.
You got a good seat, all right. That wagon's full of dynamite.
Jumping G. Horsefat.
Hurry up, Stumpy. What are you doing?
Stumpy, hurry up. What are you doing?
What do you think I'm doing, taking a siesta?
Blow that place up.
Oh, stop cackling.
Hey, you! How do you like them apples?
Why don't you just light them and throw it instead of shooting them?
Can't you throw 'em any farther than you have, Ben?
Of course I can if you want to blow the whole place down.
That's a general idea.
Yeah, seriously.
Throw it.
Don't shoot! We've had enough.
What do you want to do about those fellas? Want to take them to Presidio now or wait for the marshal?
Or wait for the marshal.
Wait for the marshal.
Stumpy, I'll watch him for you if you want to go out.
Would you?
Sure.
Well, I guess it's dark enough. I go outside now. Wouldn't hurt my eyes none, would it?
Go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead.
Ain't gonna give me an argument?
No.
Don't care whether I go or not.
Have you seen that girl yet?
Huh?
I said, have you seen that girl yet?
No.
She might need a little help making up her mind. But me, I don't know anything about women. A man forgets. In case you're interested, I have. I don't even want to drink.
I was getting awful tired of taking care of you.
What is this now? You're gonna take care of him. Come on, tell me about it.
Sheriff's got himself a girl.
Oh,
shut
God.
up,
We ain't
will
gonna
ya?
go through that again, are we? I can just see him laying down the law. I told you to get back in there. And then getting told off himself.
Stumpy, oh my goodness.
Hi, John T. Just a second while I get my shoe tied.
Where'd you get those things?
I wore them the last place I worked. But you don't like them.
I didn't say that I didn't like them.
And you don't want me to wear them. Is it because they show so much of me?
They certainly do that.
I wore these before I met you. I wanted you to know it. I wanted you to get that funny look on your face and tell me not to wear them. It didn't work.
Where are you going?
Downstairs.
You better not.
Wyatt, I better not.
You wear those things in public, I'll arrest you.
Oh, I've waited so long for you to say that. I thought you were never gonna say it.
Say what?
That you loved me.
I said I'd arrest you.
It means the same thing. You know that. You just won't say it. These tights. Now, why didn't you want me to wear them?
Because I didn't want anybody but me to see you in them.
Shall I save them and wear them just for you?
You think I'll ever get to be a sheriff?
Not unless you mind your own business.
while the roller Rio Bravo rolls along.
Well, that was a blast. See what I did there? That was a whole lot of fun. A whole lot of fun. Where to begin? Okay, so first of all, I was thinking about High Noon, obviously, because that's what I watched last week, and I was comparing the two to see like how is this a response? What is it saying? And this was definitely a much more optimistic take on the concept of the sheriff, going after the bad guy, and the bad guy having a lot of friends who are giving him trouble, threatening him, and he's kind of, trapped in his town, trapped in the jail in this one. And instead of like in High Noon, the sheriff was waiting on the marshal was waiting on the new marshal to arrive to replace him. In this one, they're waiting for a marshal to come and take the prisoner away. It's not like he's retiring or quitting his job. So there was that similarity, but the huge difference was that he had a deputy who, despite being an alcoholic, trying to quit, he was struggling in that way. He was very loyal to Chance and was very useful in working alongside him from the beginning. And we had Stumpy, who I loved. He was just hilarious. I loved his insane cackling. And he was just funny. He would crack me up. This movie had a lot of funny moments, which High Noon was very serious. And this one had a lot of great humor that it just, several times I was just cracking up. I was laughing so hard. I loved the chemistry and the dynamics between the characters. They were a lot of fun to watch. But yeah, so Chance had Dude, his deputy. He had Stumpy. And then he ended up also having Colorado, who was obviously a huge help in the end. So he had people willing to help him, willing to assist him. And in High Noon, it's just like Marshall is all alone. No one helps him. No one, not even his deputy, who's just out for himself. So it was a much more optimistic take on the concept in that it's like, this man's not having to stand alone. There's people willing to help him, people willing to risk their lives, and people with integrity, people with loyalty. And that was really nice to see. It just really depends on the town, doesn't it? I was thinking about the Magnificent Seven a lot too, because, there is this concept of exploring what are the villagers going to do? What are the ordinary people, the citizens, going to do? And in the Magnificent Seven, they end up pitching in. They're scared at first, but they end up helping the hired guns to defend their village. So it's a very well explored theme in the Western. I was also thinking of High Noon because I was thinking of Helen and how she and Kane were a thing before the time of High Noon, before that movie took place. Back in the past, they were a thing before he met his wife Amy. And she, was a woman of questionable history, and there was a character like that in this movie who, did they ever say her name? I can't tell you. They were calling her the girl the whole movie, so I never learned her name. If she has a name, let me know. I forgot to check the credits, but the girl, I guess I'm going to call her. So she, from the beginning, was obviously a woman of questionable reputation, questionable activities, and made me think of Helen, and that she was kind of that same archetype, but instead of being the one who is rejected, someone else is chosen instead of her and she leaves. This girl was the girl for Chance, and she ends up, they end up falling for each other and getting together. So, and it seemed like she was really wanting to leave her questionable past and her illicit activities behind, and she had a very interesting way of getting around to it, because she would never say, I don't know, neither one of them would quite say to each other, what they wanted, and she kept trying to get him to say it. She kept trying to kind of manipulate him into saying it, playing all these word games and trying to do things that she knew would make him angry or frustrated in an attempt to get him to confess. Like, I'm gonna go downstairs in these tights if you don't stop me, you know? She kept trying to, like, and I think that was the whole thing with taking the bartending job too. She was like, I'm gonna take this job if you don't stop me, you know. I'm gonna be bartending among other things, you know, like she wanted him to stop her and he wasn't doing it. She finally had to push him over the edge with the tights, but it was such a funny dynamic because it's true, she talks like nonstop and Chance is a man of few words, as John Wayne's characters often are, so it took them a while to get around to it, but finally she broke the man, if you can even call it that. He's like, I'll arrest you, and she's like, oh, I've been waiting for you to say you love me. It's just so funny. It was very, again, this was a much more lighthearted take on the concept, a much more lighthearted movie, even though it's not like it was a silly or overly comedic movie, which I'm not often a fan of. It was just really good humor, which I am a fan of. And just a lot of fun, great action, good characters. I loved Carlos, and I don't know if she was his wife, but his lady. I loved the two of them. Carlos that was one of the times where I was like, oh my gosh, I'm laughing so hard when he was trying to tell the story about the stagecoach and Chance kept interrupting him and he's like, I'm getting there, you know, let me finish. And he's trying to tell this story and the way he told it was just so funny. I loved the soundtrack. I loved it. I loved the songs that they sang. That kind of came out of nowhere and I really enjoyed it. I loved just like the old imagery of the cowboys singing around the fire, and they didn't have a campfire. They just had a jail, but it was still just really enjoyable to watch. I wonder why Chance didn't join in. Perhaps he couldn't sing and didn't want to ruin the moment. I actually don't know if John Wayne can sing. I'm sure someone in the comments can tell me, but that's something I've never seen or read about. So let me know, guys. Did John Wayne sing? Did he not sing in this scene because he can't sing? I need answers. But that was, yeah, those songs they sang were just really enjoyable. The songs, like in the movie soundtrack, it just created a great atmosphere, a great vibe to the movie. That's just something I love about Westerns. It's the atmosphere is crucial, and this one set that atmosphere perfectly. I loved the town, the whole setup of that. And again, what was a difference between these two movies is Kane in High Noon was desperately, you know, trying to recruit people. He was asking anyone and everyone, trying to deputize people to help him because he thought, I can't do this alone. There's too many men. But here, people were offering their help and he was refusing their help because he did not want to risk their lives. But he was a man who was in denial that he needed help, and he did. He definitely needed it, but he understandably, he didn't want the guilt. He didn't want it weighing on his conscience if someone died. But he needed help, perhaps even more than Marshall Kane, because there were a lot more dudes in this movie. There were a lot more baddies to shoot and kill. There were only like 4 in High Noon, so this was a much larger scale because there were so many bad guys who had been hired by Burdett, who was obviously kind of a rich cattleman fellow, but he just had so many guys hired that if Chance had tried to pull a Marshall Kane on them, he just eventually would have gotten taken out. He would have been overwhelmed by numbers because, yeah, there were just too many. He needed all the help he could get. And that last action sequence of them shooting into the barn, the warehouse, was really entertaining. I was waiting for that wagon of dynamite to blow up, but it never did. It would have been fun if they had rolled it into the house. That would have been a big explosion that probably would have killed all the dudes inside. But yeah, that was really fun watching them throw the dynamite. Yeah, just a really fun movie, and fun watching High Noon and this one back to back because they are similar in so many ways, but they're also very different from each other. and just kind of a different vibe, a different tone. And I enjoyed both. I really, really did. Don't make me choose. Don't make me choose. I loved both for different reasons, really. Both just really wonderful westerns, and they were only 7 years apart. So thank you guys. Thank you for recommending both of these westerns to me. I enjoyed them both immensely. You know, I'm never going to complain about watching 2 westerns in a row. So I hope you guys enjoyed these reactions. If you want to see the full-length version of this reaction, you can head on over to my Patreon, link in the description below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next week for another Film Friday. Bye, guys.